Backing up a horse is one of the 3 groundwork fundamentals I use to establish gentle leadership. The goal of this exercise is to teach the horse to respect your personal space. Horses are quite large animals, and leaving a foot under a hoof has never been a good experience. We want our horses to understand that they should respect that safety bubble between them and us. They should never invade that space unless asked otherwise, of course. After a few sessions, your horse will be accustomed to this exercise. That will actually become natural for him to back up when asked. Pretty soon, you will not need to hold the rope at all, and you will be able to ask him to back up from his side or even from behind. Of course, the more you practice, and the more responsive your horse will be. As mentioned in the introduction to my natural horsemanship program, I will use some old footage in my videos to show what a rookie usually looks like. I will also include some more recent footage to illustrate the progress you will go through after a few years of practice. First of all, you should place yourself in front of the horse only if you know him well enough. With a green horse, or a so-called problem horse, unless you already have a lot of experience, you should place yourself on a parallel line, a couple of feet before him. In the case of a very dominating horse, you may keep your flag to push him away if necessary. Raise gently your hand at the level of the horse's eyes. That is to catch his attention and inform him that we start to work. We don't want to trick him here. Then, wiggle your hand softly, just enough for the horse to feel the rope balancing under his chin. You should shake your hand for a few seconds to leave the horse some time to understand the cue. Next, if he does not respond, it is time to offer the second deal. Still gentle, but firm. Bump on the rope until the horse responds. He might just switch his weight back, or better, make one step back. That is when you should release, at once, and go to your horse and pet him. Leave him a few seconds to soak up that process, and start over again. Pretty soon, your horse will understand that he has to back up on the first cue if he wants to avoid that uncomfortable bumping. That is a perfect illustration of how to make the wrong thing difficult and the right thing easy. After a few minutes, any horse can understand that exercise. It is very easy to set up with your horse and clearly establish leadership. Remember, the one who backs up loses his place as a leader. So make sure you do not back up. Usually, with a good, balanced horse, the second day you try this exercise, you will get a quick and smooth response. That is very important in the daily life with a horse. Whenever you want to back him up in the stable, out of a trailer, out of your space, if he moves forward when you saddle him, and many other situations. Many horses will be reluctant at the beginning, as they know that the very minute they step back, they give you the leadership. That is the reason why you have to be consistent and to reward this gentle yielding behavior. Make sure your horse understands that you are a good and fair leader, not a tyrant. Every time he gives you the expected response, release pressure, pet your horse, and leave him in peace for a few seconds, maybe a minute or two if it has been hard for your horse to give up. Green horses, or horses that did not work for a few days or weeks, might be reluctant at the beginning of the session. You will have to be firm, yet make sure you never act with anger. Anger is the worst feeling for a horseman or a horsewoman. It does blind your judgment and make you act without thinking. Your horse should never fear your anger, but he should respect you. You ought to gently remind him that you are the leader of that herd. A herd starts out of two individuals. That is your horse and you. Having said that, remember that you want to finish the exercise on a positive note. Reassure your horse and pet him. Some horses will try to avoid pressure by looking for possible escapes on their right or on their left. The most dominating horses might actually try to move forward and run over you. In that case, keep the flag in hand and push the horse away by waving it under his chin or tapping his breast. Remember, in such a situation, I first advise you to find help from a professional. If you can't, you should keep in mind your safety is the priority and should do everything that is necessary to prevent your horse from coming to your space. For horses who try to go right or left, you have to keep in mind that the horse's head should be aligned with his body and your own position. Timing is very important, as you have to pull the head right back in front of you at the very second the horse tries to move around. Pretty soon, he will understand that he has only one peaceful way, and that is back.